Good morning, beloveds. Well, it's the Monday after Easter. I hope you had a good Easter. Uh, I saw some on the social media that some of y'all got good baskets and had some fun with sidewalk chalk. So good, good. I'm glad. And if your Easter wasn't what you expected it to be, just remember there will be other Easters. Um, this won't last forever. Uh, I, on the other hand, to some degree, life goes on. And so a friend of mine had to move. And so I went and helped her move. She's an essential worker. I'm an essential worker. My husband is an essential worker. It's like, all right. And, when you're carrying heavy things, you're maintaining that social distance because, you're on the other end of a bookcase or a bed or what have you. Um, but things still happen. Life still happens. People still move and Easter still happens and the birds are singing. Uh, One of the things that I caught yesterday when I was at the center was the video. Yeah, I made a video um, with because the wind was really strong, and so you could hear the wind in the trees and the leaves rattling and the birds singing. It was real short. It was only 7 minutes because, of course, car drove by. Uh, but the fact that I got 7 seconds before a car drove by says something. We're on a somewhat busy road now. So it's brisk out there today. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day, even though it's going to be cooler. And so if you have the chance, go out and listen to the birds, and if the wind picks up today, listen to the wind in the trees. And the squirrels are chattering a lot, so go listen to the birds. Or since it's going to be nice and cool here in Houston, open your windows and listen to the sounds of nature, even in the midst of a fairly big city. All right, come on, Rita, come on. Sorry, she was not going to leave me alone until I invited her up. Listen to the sounds of nature. It's pretty fantastic to hear the birds and not the cars. Normally I have to get pretty far out to do that, and now I can do it in my own backyard. All right, well, if Rita will settle down, we will get to, it is April 13th. Oh, if you ever read Garfield, or speaking of orange tabbies, Monday the 13th. It's Monday the 13th. Although I saw a new theory on why Garfield hated Mondays. It had nothing to do with him. It was because his owner would be in the house with him Saturday and Sunday, and Monday was the day he went back to work. So I think that for that tough exterior, he missed John when John went back to work, and that's the reason why Garfield hated Mondays so much. All right, I just thought that was a fun fact. Let's see what we're talking about today. All right. Read it. Your daddy was a door maker, not a glass blower. All things are made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. Well, that was from John. That's actually John 1:3. I'm going to try that again. That's the Bible quote for today. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. May have to go look that one up. That's one of the reasons why I tell you where it is, John 1:3, so that maybe we can get a little context, because I don't understand that. But maybe Ernest Holmes will enlighten us. So let's see what Ernest has to say. Okay. Read it. You're gonna have to... Okay. Okay, come here. Okay. Every human being thrills at the thought of having dreams come true. The idea means different things to different people. To one, it may mean physical health, the ability to walk, run, play, and engage in activity. To another, it may mean abundance, a home, a car, opulence. To yet another, dreams may mean education, the ability to get along with people, or to have a loving mate. Whatever your personal desires may be, as long as they do not hurt you or someone else, you have the right to attain them, and you can. The ability to attain your goals, to control your experiences, and have them result in happiness, prosperity, and success lies in your own mind and the way you use it. This means you control your own experience. You are really in charge of your affairs and the way they are to develop. If your thinking processes are under your personal control, and if thought is acted upon by the creativity of mind to produce results according to your belief, then you surely do have the power to become the master of your own affairs and to bring to pass those good conditions you desire. Let us keep in mind that we not only have the God-given ability to do this kind of results-oriented thinking, but that we also have the right to do it. Even thought that is a negation should be changed to an affirmation. When we do so, the power that constantly flows through us will respond by producing the new experience we have affirmed. Okay. I think yesterday was really flummoxing, and today I think he was trying to do very science. Or he's doing very science. I shouldn't say trying. This is Ernest Holmes we're talking about. But that very end where he said the negation. One of the things that you can do, because Emma Curtis Hopkins was big into the denials. When people would go to her for treatment and they would sit there and they would tell her their stories and they would say, well, I'm this and this and this, she would be sitting there in her own mind saying, you are not that, you are not that. So when they said, well, I'm not, or when they would say, well, I have this illness or I have this problem, whatever, they were making statements about themselves, and she was sitting there going, no, that's not what you are. You are not this. So when you visit a practitioner, one of the things that practitioners do is, if you don't know what you want, then they ask you, well, what don't you want? I mean, what is it that you're working on? What is the, and then once we know what you don't want, then we try and figure out, okay, well, if this is what you don't want, then what's the opposite of that? Because that's probably what you want. So the negation, the power of the denial, the power of the negation is when you hear yourself saying, I am, like I have a tendency to say I'm clumsy. So I should immediately follow that thought of I'm clumsy with a denial. I am not clumsy. But that's not enough. What I can say is I am graceful. I was reading somewhere where they were talking about the first thought that pops into your head is what you've been conditioned to think. And the second thought is who you really are. So when I have that thought, I am clumsy, then I immediately follow that up with the, well, no, I'm not clumsy. Or the better way to do it would be to say, I am graceful. Feel free to use the denials. They're an amazing power, especially when you catch yourself saying things about yourself that are not preferred. And then as you think about that, when you catch yourself saying things like that, then think, okay, well, what's the opposite of that? I'm not a good speaker. I'm a fantastic speaker. I am eloquent. I am weak. I guess would be another one, 'cause since I, did a lot of heavy lifting yesterday, then I would say, no, I am strong. Or I would have an example of somebody that I consider very strong, like The Rock. He's strong and funny. So, use the negations, use the denials, the power of Emma, because Emma was definitely one of the amazing teachers, Emma Curtis Hopkins, and Ernest Holmes was, I believe he was her last student. She was a tiny woman with great power. So as you move into this week, your post-Easter week, open your windows, enjoy the day, enjoy the bird song, and remember, the first thought isn't who you are, it's been who you've been conditioned to think. Follow it up with a good thought for yourself. All right, beloveds, Reverend David will be on sometime today. I will be back with you at 9, and hopefully we'll get that YouTube channel up later. All right, bye, beloveds. Have a wonderful day.